Good afternoon everybody, I am Irfan Ahmed. I will be dealing with the subject structural engineering design and detailing. This is for the final year students. So basically the name itself says what we will be learning here, structural engineering design, and we will be doing the detailing as well. So before the designing part, what is more important is the analysis. If we analyze any structure, then we can design it. Now what is the analysis? We first need to know that what is analysis. So basically analysis is when external force act on a structure, there are some internal forces which act against it. So determining these internal forces is called as analysis. Once we know what are the forces coming onto the structure, then we can design a structure to resist these forces. So basically as a civil engineer, what we feel is most of the students feel like that we have only reinforced concrete structures, but see, structural there are many steel structures also which play a very important role in civil engineering. So now basically just let us know what is a structural steel. So see, the structural steel is a material which is used for steel construction, which is formed with a specific shape with specific standards. So it can also be defined as a hot rolled product which has a cross section form like I section or T section, anything. So basically first what we want to know is why do we have to go for structural steel construction? As we all know, we normally go for reinforced concrete structures. What is the benefit of going for structural steel members or high construction? Just let us see some examples. Like if you see some of the big constructions that have taken place or big structures that have come in the world, like some examples I will give you, like the Eiffel Tower, which was built in France in the year, it was in the 18th century. So it was a very remarkable structure which has a very big height, and almost it was the highest structure in the world for almost 40 years. So now such a big structure was built using a steel, such a big structure, and you know the height what it was around 300 meters. 300 meters is around 968 feet, around 968 feet. Lesser than 1000 feet. So 300 meter structure was built in France for 40 years. It stood at the highest. But the more remarkable thing about that is it took only 2 years to build the structure. Now you can just see, if you go for a reinforced concrete structure of 300 meters, that is around 968 feet, around 968 feet, around 1000 feet, you can just imagine how much time will it take to go for such a big construction. So this Eiffel Tower was a very remarkable structure, 300 meters height. It has 3 floors and it has 8 elevators, and around 18,000 members were used to build this structure. 18,000 members were fixed, and it needed 2.5 million rivets to just assemble this structure. Just imagine such a big structure being erected in just 2 years. So this is a very big advantage with the steel structures, a very big advantage. I'll just give you example of some of the more structures which have come up in the world. Like the US bank structure, it has a height of around 319 meters. Just imagine the US bank tower, height of 319 meters. It has 73 floors. 73 floors. And it came up just and it has such a good strength, it can even resist the magnitude of about 8.3 magnitude on Richter scale also. This structure can resist even if an earthquake of 8.3 meters comes, the structure can resist it. So these are one of the biggest advantage of steel structures is it takes very less time compared to reinforced concrete structure. This is a very big advantage. Like I'll give some of the example remarkable structures have come up in the world. Like the New York Times Tower, it has a height of 319 meters. 319 meters is the height of that structure, and it took only 4 years to build the structure. Just imagine when we go for reinforced concrete structures of G+4 or 5, You can just see it takes about almost more than 2 years, almost 2 years. See, you are going only for G+5 structure in the reinforced concrete structure, and it is taking more than 2 years. And here you are going for 319 meters and it is taking only 2 to 3 years. Just see what a whole difference. 73 floors of a building has been constructed just within 2 years. And another example is the New York, like the Chrysler building in the New York. Even this is in the New York, and even this has a height of 319 meters. This was the first building which surpassed the height, it made the record, which surpassed the height record of Eiffel Tower, because Eiffel Tower was the highest till that time before this building had come. Chrysler building, and it surpassed that height also, and this also has a height of 390, whereas Eiffel Tower had height of 300 meters. This has height of 319 meters. Just imagine 1000 feet. The next remarkable structure was the Empire State Building, which came in America, in the US. The others were also in the America, but the Empire State Building, this was also a very remarkable structure. It has a height of 381 meters. 381 meters. Just imagine, the height is of 381 meters. The best part and the very surprising part of this also is, it took just 13 months to complete this structure. Only 13 months. Just imagine, just you see the time frame what is being taken to build these structures. Whereas when you go for reinforced concrete structures, it takes a lot of time, because the strength which is gained in the concrete structure is, it takes at least 28 days to get its complete strength. So this is the time that is being taken by these structures. Even more structures have come up, but we can say one thing in common is high like skyscrapers. Most of the skyscrapers, whatever they have come, they are made up of steel structures only. They are made up of steel structures. We can go for reinforced concrete structures also, but it takes time. It takes a lot of time is also taken, as well as compared to steel structures, the steel structures take very less time. So basically, this is the biggest advantage of steel structures. But there are still many advantages. We'll have to look at it. But still, one thing